Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm still working on this lovely 1959 Morris Mini Miner, but that's not the subject of today. Today's topic is going to be something that all classic Mini owners experience, and to be fair, all collector cars struggle with, and that is cooling systems. Now, when I say struggle, I mean in the summer. So for instance, does your car overheat on the highway? Maybe it struggles to go up hills and overheats going up hills. Basically cooling problems, cooling system problems, that kind of situation where you just don't drive your car because you can't trust it on a hot day. And I'm not talking about running, because the mixture, timing, all, some of those variables do control some of the characteristics of the engine. But the main problem is cooling capacity and the ability for the engine to flow properly through the radiator. That's the root of the problem. Now, I've done a lot of mini work. I've replaced a lot of radiators, I've replaced a lot of water pumps, fans, and I have to say that my new process for dealing with cooling problems no longer starts with the radiator. I'll spend time doing tuning work, but in general, if I have a cooling problem, I'm now switching to doing a Thermocure treatment first. I've talked about this product before. It is a fantastic product, but that's going to be the product that I'm going to talk about the most today. I'm not sponsored. They did not pay me. This is something I bought, and this is something I use. And the reason I'm bringing it up today as a specific topic is that I think all of us should be using this product on all of our cars. Whether it's a new car you just purchased or a car you've had for years, you should use this product for your cooling system, even if you don't have cooling system problems. What this thing does is truly marvelous for these engines. So I want to talk about the typical owner response to an overheating problem, and I'm going to talk about why this is actually the better response. So when driving a Mini and you notice it overheating, the consensus is generally there's a problem with the radiator. Now, radiators come in multiple flavors. Some of them are aluminum. The original ones are a brass tank. The radiators themselves are made of materials that don't corrode. However, the problem with the radiators is that they can get clogged. Well, why do they get clogged? Well, sediment and rust build up. Well, since the radiators can't rust, where does the rust come from? It comes from the block. Cast iron block, cast iron cylinder head, the water inside the block, the coolant. What'll happen is that eventually the coolant will break down and the iron will start rusting. This is why it's so important to check the strength of your coolant, check the quality of the coolant, make sure you're not running just plain water, because that will allow the block to actually physically corrode. And those little bits of rust that form eventually flake off and travel through the system. One of the biggest things to suffer is actually the heater core, because the heater core has a very, very narrow passageway for the coolant to pass in and out of, and those will slowly block up over time. Now, you can do a manual flush, disconnect the heater lines, use a garden hose, flush out the rust, but eventually it'll just build up to the point where you can't flush it out. It just gets stuck to the surface, and no amount of flushing with a hose will remove it. And that's where this product comes into play. This stuff's about $25, $28 for this quart. This quart is good enough to do this entire cooling system. You drain the system out, put this in, fill it up with water. This is good to up to 3 gallons cooling system capacity. Let it sit for a few days. What it'll do is it'll actually dissolve the rust in the system. Block, head, heater core, dissolve the rust out of the radiator. You let it sit for a few days, it does all that magic. You drain it out, you put fresh coolant in it, and you're good to go for many years in the future. But why do I recommend doing this first? Well, this is cheap and it works really well. If you're going to go replace a radiator, you'll probably end up doing a fan. You'll probably do a belt. You might do a water pump. You'll certainly want to do a thermostat. And of course, maybe you do some hoses. So if you do all that work, the costs add up. The time it takes to do this work adds up. So if you're doing it yourself, your time is your own time, but the cost of the parts are always going to be the same. If you're paying someone to do this work, the costs add up. So you'll spend hours doing all this work. And if you just do the radiator without doing any work to the block, as soon as you start this engine, all the dirt and debris from the engine goes straight back into the radiator. So you've taken a brand new heater core or a radiator core and you filled it full of debris. So you've just defeated the purpose of replacing the radiator with a new one because you just filled it full of dirt again. So using a product like this, at first I thought this was just kind of like, one of those products you try and it works for a little while. But after having done many cars now, every single time I do this process, when you take off the thermostat housing and look inside the casting, you'll notice the castings are very clean. You'll have that nice dull gray cast iron look about them, whereas before they were just flaky iron rust surfaces. An engine that may be really, really badly rusted, you might do this a couple times to get to be fully flushed out. But like I said, the cost of this is under $30, whereas you'll spend hundreds of dollars doing, pumps and water, thermostats and fans. So there's a big cost difference. And technically you can actually do, I think 2 treatments, maybe even 3, depending on how rusty the system is. I don't know if I would use it on one car and then try it on another car. I think what I would do if I were going to do multiple treatments of this stuff would be to treat one car, your engine, drain it out, filter it, and then put it back in and do the engine again. I think that's how I would use this if I were to do multiple treatments of the same engine. And the reason why I would filter it is just to get any of the rust particulates that come out with the solution out of the solution so that it doesn't waste its energy on those rust particles and can go straight back into the engine and work on the passageways. Now, I would not pre-flush an engine before doing this process, because if you flush this engine, you could potentially block a passageway by packing in rust into a passageway that wasn't there before. And the way that product works is it needs to circulate through the engine. So all those tiny little passageways in the head, you need to get the Thermocure into those passageways. And if they're blocked, the Thermocure cannot fix the rust problem because it can't get to the rust problem. So if you have a 1-inch long passageway that's totally blocked with rust, Thermocure is not going to get into there and clean it all the way out. You have to have an actual flow of liquid through that passageway for this to work. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible. If you use this multiple times, you can eventually slowly dissolve that rust, but it may not work the first time. So this is what I'm saying. You might need to do multiple treatments of an engine in order to get this to work properly. But once you're done, all the rust is going to be gone. The people who make this also make Vaporust. Vaporust is the parent company. If you know anything about Vaporust, it does magic on getting rid of rust on tools, whatever you want. And you can actually soak an entire engine block in this stuff. You just get a big drum of it, put it in. Usually heat. Heat is a key component of making this product work well. When you do an engine cooling system flush, you'll typically run the engine for multiple days to get it to cycle and get it hot. And that's what helps this product work. But I've done multiple cars now. This engine and cooling system, in fact, was the worst I've ever encountered on a Mini. When I started doing the tuning work, and this car came out of hibernation, so it hadn't been run this year. So this is the first time I'm running this car this season. When I started doing my tuning work, within 5 minutes of just setting idle timing or doing a carburetor check, this system would overheat. And it was overheating quite badly. So I verified that I had a cooling flow problem by using my laser temperature gun. I could see that the block would warm up, then the head would warm up really rapidly. But this end of the head would be like over 200 degrees, and the top tank was still like 70. Now, I did take the thermostat out to verify it wasn't a blocked thermostat. It was not a problem with the thermostat at all. It was simply there wasn't enough flow through the head to get to the thermostat, to get to the top tank of the radiator, to get back down to the water pump and back into the block. It simply was so blocked that the water pump couldn't push fluid through it, and it was just overheating quite rapidly. I even changed the radiator cap. This originally had a 7-pound. I switched to a 13-pound, thinking that it might have been just a bad cap. And all it did was buy me a few more minutes of running time. So I did this exact process. I filled this up, did the cycling of the Thermocure, 3 days of doing that, drained it out, and now I don't have any problems at all. I've taken this out for 20, 30-mile drive on the highway, didn't have any overheating issues. The reason I know that is because when I came out the next day to check the level of the coolant, it was exactly where I had left it. It was not at the top. There needs to be a little bit of space for expansion, but basically I hadn't been losing any of it. So it tells me it wasn't overheating and spitting coolant out of the overflow. So this was quite a dramatic change. Also, as I mentioned before, the heater core. This thing was having basically no flow through the heater core whatsoever, even with the valve fully open. And after I did the treatment, now I've got great flow through the heater core. It's also nice and hot. So a big improvement overall of this car just from doing this. Like I said, under $30, whereas someone else might have tried to do a radiator first. So this is why I'm saying you should do a chemical treatment, because it's absolutely critical you get that rust out of the system if you want your car to work properly in the summer. You can do a radiator, you can do a water pump, thermostat, a fan. You can do all these things if you want to put fresh stuff on there. But if you don't do a chemical treatment first, you are simply wasting your time, and you'll probably deal with overheating problems in the future, because you're just not cleaning the problem out, which is the passageways in the block and the head must be clean in order for this thing to work properly. So that's my little rant for today. Hopefully you guys appreciate it. Like I said, I can't stress enough how important it is to get the block clean in order for this system to work. And like I said, it's a cheap thing you can do. You can do it at home. You do it over the weekend. It's not corrosive, so it won't damage the block if you leave it in there for a little bit too long. This is not acidic at all. However, word of warning, if for some reason you have a lot of rust on a freeze plug, this is going to dissolve rust. So if for some reason a freeze plug is rusted all the way through and this product removes all that rust, it's going to leak from that hole that is going to be there in a freeze plug. Or if you have some other problem in your heater core where it's only been blocked by rust, this will take away that rust. So it will find the weak points in your cooling system. I did this once on an SPI car, and I had the intake manifold is heated, and I had a freeze plug go in the intake manifold. So I had to fix it. Now, if I just did a regular flush with a hose, I would not have found that rust problem in the manifold. So it was good that I found it, and I'm glad I did, because it led to a bigger problem with that intake manifold. But just be aware that if there's any other weaknesses, this will find it and remove those blockages. So pay attention to what happens when you use this product. But it's well worth going down that process, and I recommend everyone do it, because it's a simple process, it's easy to do, and it will transform the engine and its ability to cool. Also, if you're planning on doing an engine rebuild in the near future, go ahead and run this through, because it'll clean all the passageways up before you take it apart. So everything will be nice and clean for the rebuild process, and you won't have to worry about trying to clean the block out when it's on the stand or trying to take to an acid dipper. Like, you can just clean the system out before you take it apart. So that's another benefit of the product. So there's multiple uses for it. And like I said, you can use it multiple times, although I would use it multiple times on the same engine for the process of treating one engine. I don't think I would use it on multiple cars. I don't think this is capable of doing 2 or 3 cars. I think it's just one application, same engine. Just make sure you're filtering it once you've drained it out. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about Thermocure. And of course, as we get going into summer, people are going to be experiencing overheating problems. So if you had experienced anything I've talked about, please look into doing a coolant flush, because it will transform your driving experience, and might save you a bunch of money too. So hopefully you guys appreciated that episode. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.